Hi YouTube. We're doing a tutorial on a three-part flip over install. So if you want to go from that to this, just keep watching. So right now we're doing this in my home right now. She was our model for today. So we're just shampooing her hair and conditioning it, making sure it is clean and fresh and blow dried and ready for its install. If you want to know where I got that shampoo bowl, I'll leave a link in the description bar. But we blow dried her hair, made sure it was moisturized, and we started the braid down process. Here you're seeing how we sectioned it out. We did section the whole perimeter out, and we started the anchor braids the for the parts. You'll later see in the video the braid pattern, but here we're just doing like 3 or 4 cornrows going back between each of the sections for the parts, and you'll see the braids that's going, I guess you would say, horizontal or vertical. Those are the braids that we're going to lay the tracks on, so it'll be able to do the flip over method. And you'll see, I hope it's not too confusing, but you'll see here we're just oiling the scalp and making sure it's very moisturized before we do the actual install. But I'll slow down the video in a sec to show you the actual braid down pattern, and you can see exactly the steps. So you'll see in the back it's the circle, you know, your regular circle, and then the little knots is your actual leave out. So you'll see her middle part there. That's a leave out for the middle part. There's more leave out for the right side, leave out for the left side, and all her perimeter is out, as you can see, the part that's rubber band off. And so we also use the net for extra security, because depending on um, the length of her install. So here in the back, we just starting off as your traditional sew-in, you know, doing from side to side, going up in a U-shaped form. And once we get right to the very top, you got to start being careful, because you want your parts where it's meeting the leave out, you want that to be as flat and secure as possible. So the client, she's just amazing, just trying to feel the braid pattern. But right here is where I was telling you, this is where you start having to cut the tracks. And because you know, you don't want to do the fold over method, you know, to save the length, well, to save the width of the hair. You know how we'll do the fold over method, but here is where you gonna have to cut those tracks so it can lay as flat as possible, because it's getting really close to the part where you have to do the horizontal or the vertical braid sewing. So this is what I'm saying right here, is where you have to cut the track and start sewing in the wefts along the braid, if that makes any sense. It's really hard to kind of explain, but I hope the video is pretty self-explanatory to kind of show you which direction to braid. But as you can see, she's just braiding all the way to the very, very, very end, and then she's taking that very end of that track and going up to the next cornrow, cutting the weft. And you know, that's the bad part of this sew-in. You know, you can't really do much fold overs, because it has to lay as flat as possible. So she's securing that weft and bringing it up to the cornrow that's right above that track. So we zoomed in there to kind of show you and see it, and then we're starting with another track really close. So you just keep doing that. It's just, you know, your regular sewing. If you know how to sew in, use your own stitching method and just keep going along with the pattern. So here, you know, the install is done. This is just giving you the middle part option. Her hair has not been pressed out or blended or anything like that. We're just showing you the versatility. So this is the middle part, and it blends very, very well. I mean, I love this sew-in. This is one of my new favorite sew-ins. And so here, this is your option 2, where it is, you are able to wear your part on the right side. So, and it gives you that lift, you know, as you can see, you know, it gives you a really high lift but still very natural. That's what I love about this sewing. And mind you, everybody is not a candidate for this install. So I know a lot of people want this look, but you know, if that client did not take care of her edges, then honey, that is not the look for you. So okay, so here is the left part, the deep left part actually. And again, I mean, it's just natural. It's still giving you that lift. You know, we kind of was making jokes here. Well, probably not here in this part of the video, but I was saying, you know, you got your little James Brown working. You know how back in the day he used to wear his hair with that hump. So we, you know, we had fun filming this video. So here is the low ponytail. And, you know, it also can be pulled up in a high ponytail, but it looks a little bit more natural in the low ponytail because just the way it's, you know, that it was installed. But I'm sure it can eventually go up into a high ponytail. And so basically here we're just shaping it. She shaped it and styled it and blending in her leave out. And her, this sewing is great. I mean, it's great for, you know, people to, you know, be on the go. I mean, I love this install. This is one of the many installs that I love to do, but this is kind of like one of my favorites. So the install is complete, and so as you can see, she chose to wear her part. I believe this is the right side, and maybe the left side. I'm not sure, but she chose to wear her part on the side. So, and we just did some big barrel curls and combed it out, and you know, nothing special. We used the Care edge control for her edges, just in case if anybody's asking. So this is the best gift a stylist can get when you get this type of reaction from your client, where they just are in awe and they just love it. So there you go, your 3-part flip over install. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, rate, and subscribe.
The Let's then done it again. The Let's, the Paulettes. Get that little part. Oh, I know she going with it. Her curve, bro.